right, peace, peace, peace. Just want to come back, in the real history, real quick. This is the Negro, the brother Lee Cummings, man, does a great job. The Negro Question Part 4, The Missing Link by Lee Cummings. Brother does a great job. And, first of all, I want to start off, because I know a few months back, if y'all look down, I did touch on this in the past, about DNA, how it's like, just to prove that, it's not really, Cause scripture say I don't want to be a hypocrite, be not a hypocrite, but it's a balance of things because, I did touch on we don't need DNA to prove that we are the people of the book. Of course, it's by the Spirit, but but also too, but this is the brother, in this while putting this book together, he does extensive research on this and about how so-called blacks, doing reigned in Europe, and we have to this last day, till to this day have the European last names because we ruled during the Byzantine Empire in the Dark Ages, and all this was all prophecy too, in Revelation, the bottomless pit, the Maccabees, Maccabees, first Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48, Job chapter 9 verse 24. It's all prophecy as well, because and Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8, that shows a part in known history as well, man. Because this is all but I'm gonna get into it, man. Because because the brother said, he reached out and did some DNA testing, and it turns out it matches up with the people of in the Byzantine Empire in Europe, so that ruled in the Dark Ages, so and during the so-called black nobility and whatnot. But I'm just gonna start here on page 95. It says the results of the 30% of all so-called African American DNA was traced back to Europe. I began to pay closer attention to when I saw the results and tests produced. Some of the European nations that the so-called African Americans or African DNA traced back to were identical to the research presented in this book, which he went over. If y'all get the book and look below, European nations, so-called African Americans or African Americans DNA traced back to England, Ireland, Wales, or if I'm saying that right, Wales, Britain. I probably said that wrong. Britain, Scotland, Russian, Germany, and Italy. I could list the names of these people that were involved in this DNA testing, but I'm not sure if that would constitute a lawsuit. I can provide you with the contact information of these organizations and contact African Ancestry 202-723 Washington D.C. So yes, I'm in D.C. I might be contacting that soon, and I might reach out to them. I'm sure y'all brothers, y'all want to reach out to them too, because we kind of if y'all don't know, if our people don't know this, but no, that's the truth. But I might contact. I'm pretty sure y'all don't. But yeah, this is really good. This good portion. This is a good paragraph. This is a good part of it. This research, the missing link. This research is a missing link between the historians and geneticists in this generation. The geneticists, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, their clients and so-called African Americans can't wrap their mind around the fact that the 30% of African Americans DNA placed them in Britain, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, and Germany and Italy, but I can't. So see, yeah, that's really key, because our people, I'm sure y'all, we tell our people that we're the Israelites and whatnot, they still can't believe it, but that's all prophecy though. But so that's why the brother said I can though, because it's all prophecy that was that will happen though. Even real history, man. So that's why actually I always go to first Maccabees 3:48, because not only with our forefathers, our ancestors, prophets, but also in real history, a lot of people that you would think that were so-called Edomites or Caucasian were actually so-called black. They was Jakes. It was for you name it, from Shakespeare to Mozart. A lot. I touched on 300 in the past. You name it, majority of them, you could tell by the last name and doing research, they were so-called black. Sometimes, now I will say that sometimes they were of Hamitic nations. They were Hamitic, and sometimes they were of Shem. They were Shemitic. But because sometimes when they during these ages, it was a little in the mixture of Hamitic peoples and Shemitic people. But case in, they were dark skinned. They weren't like so-called Caucasian and whatnot. For the majority, for the most part, for if you like 90, I would say like 90, like 5%, but 95%, shoot, 98, to be honest. Let me go. He says, but I'm not in the United States. In the United States, Americans are being erroneously convicted every day. Some on death row, and some been executed using new science called forensics. Forensics science does not require an eyewitness or a body or fingerprints or DNA or surveillance or camera footage. All they need is motive. Yeah, narrative, motive, exactly. Now, and that goes back to the conversation I was having with a coworker. Like a lot of them in these schools. Shoot, us growing up, a lot of us wasn't told this in school. Growing up, this wasn't taught to us that we know this in actual history class. Of course, it's Esau's kingdom, whatnot. It's their kingdom is their world. They're gonna teach that. That's how you actually rule. As I'm gonna get into it, that's how you rule over people actually. So hold on. Then I'm going to get where did I leave off at? Motive, yes. Yes, his motive, agenda. Now, because of DNA evidence, Americans are being released from the hellhole prisons in alarming numbers. Alarming numbers. If these convictions are innocent, if these convictions of innocent men can be overturned because of DNA evidence, then we should be able to get false history out of the world overturned, and with valid evidence that I have presented in this book. Yeah, that's a fact, because that's actually a crime. That's actually a crime that we don't know our history. We didn't know who we are. That's actually a crime. Of course, us breaking the law, statutes, commandments. That's part of it. But also it's a crime as well, because I want to get this in second address right quick. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, my bad, y'all. I had to pause it. I had to find it. Yes, this is second Ezra chapter 14 verse. This is when Ezra rewrote it, and the scribes and people had to rewrite the law, the first Torah. He had to rewrite. This is Ezra's rewriting the scripture. He had to rewrite it. But in second Ezra chapter 14 verse 21 says, "For thy law is burnt, and therefore no man knoweth the things that are done of thee, or the work that shall begin." Yeah, so basically, man, this is how you rule over people. It's stripping them from the history. And shout out to for years now, shout out to the brother Chronicles of Judah. He said that, he used to say this and still says this all the time. Like, that's how you rule over people. You strip them of their history. You don't only, enslave them and whatnot, and take their resources and, laws and stuff to implement, governments over them, but you also take away their history. That's actually just as much as damage as us not knowing who you are. Because I was listening to the DMX on the second album, coming from by with Mary J. Blige, and the hook is like, if I don't know where I'm coming from, where would I go? And that's a fact. If we don't know where we come from, we don't know who we are. If I don't know our history, then where are we gonna go? So that's a fact, man. So that's why actually in 300, if you all ever see the movie 300, Xerxes, he said, burn their record. He says a scene when he says burn their records, take their records and burn them alive. So that's how you rule over people. It's all taking away, erasing their history. That's happened through our history, through our people as a history. That has happened. You know how many times the temple got destroyed? How many times the law, got burnt up, things got took away, stripped our history. Even us, this generation, growing up in these schools and being mistaught and whatnot. So that's what it is too, man. So that's how it's important, that being stripped of history is important as well. So because actually that knowing the history is very important as well. Because let me get this in Wisdom Psalm 8 and 8, but because I'm not gonna act like I'm a huge history buff, because I don't know. Trust me, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, but that's good if we get into anything, get understanding, man. And that's the ancient world too, because it's important. Because what it is, I was just talking about this with somebody the other day. This America, this society of modern Babylon, they're promoting, like, in these last days they promote futurists, futurists being a futurist, like futurism. I'm not sure if that's a term, but basically everything now is better than basically everything else back then. Everything's now is all about the future, future. But like Ecclesiastes 1:9 says, there's nothing new under the sun, man. So what's going on now? What's happening in the ancient world? Like pretty much everything, like it says. But it's really important for us to know history, man. This Wisdom Psalm is, it's going to tell us this, and study on the ancient world. Shout out to Chronicles of Judah, brother Chronicles of Judah, because he expounds this a lot. He's expounded this over the years. It said, if a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, conjecturing aright what is to come. Yeah, what is to come, and she knoweth the stabilities, of speeches, and can expound dark sentences, and she foreseeth signs and wonders. I mean, she's not signs and wonders in events of season and time. So yes, knowing dark sayings, knowing dark, parables, knowing, high level of understanding the certain breakdowns of certain things, this, or just wisdom in general, man. Because but I really want to focus on things that are old, knowing things that are old, because just like Job 8:8 says, we gotta come back to the book of our fathers, but also study of the ancient world too, because we's around during this time. We're indigenous to the world. We're not just indigenous to Israel or to Africa. That's what our people have to understand. That's why in the book it says our people wouldn't even know. Because if you tell the average, Jake out here that they rule Europe and stuff like that, they ain't gonna believe you. Just like they don't believe that we are the people of the book. They ain't gonna believe you. But it's a fact though. That's why it says That's why the word says it, what it says. Like search things as old. I'm gonna read this again. Wisdom of Psalm 8:8. My bad if I'm going too a little fast, y'all. My bad. If a man desireth much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches, and can expound dark sentences. She foresees signs and wonders, the events of seasons and times. So, yeah, man, that's what's really important, man. So, where was I going to go at? Oh, okay. I have presented my. That's really it on that. Yeah. I'll finish it out. I have presented my evidence in 4 parts: the eyewitness period, the artifacts, the DNA evidence, and the European last names of African Americans. Yeah, so a lot of us have European last names because we are the true Europeans. Yeah, so like all of them, that's a narrative too. Like oh, these are just our slave names. No, these are all that, like the Smith, the Williams, the you name it. These are, a lot of it are European names because we ruled during that time. So it's the kind of narratives that are being taught to us. But like Psalms 85:11, truth shall spring forth out of the earth. And like Revelation says, the earth helped the woman. So what's that tone going to? Artifacts, history coming out to proving that these things, that we are the people of the book, we're the Israelites, and we ruled the dark age. And this throughout history. So, but I recommend you brothers get this Negro question missing link part 4 by Lee Cummings. So yeah, man. So that's really on that. It's real, knowing the real history. So peace. Y'all got the First Prince playing in the background. So yeah, the First Prince. It's kind of fitting. The Prince of Power. See how this? That's crazy how the Most High work. But anyway, peace.